Hi, welcome back to BeAuditSecure. In this series, we're talking about how you can effectively survive an audit with my 7-point checklist. Okay, so we've already covered reasonable basis. Let's cover the rule of threes. What is the rule of threes? Well, for me, I am not going to teach or publish or train on any particular subject or topic unless I know that the information I am giving out is correct. So, how do you know? Like I said before, you don't know what you don't know until you know, you know? No, we don't know. And so that's the confusing part. When you check things at least 3 times from 3 credible sources and you get the same answer, then you can be fairly secure that what you're implementing in your organization is true and correct and will withstand an audit. And at the very least, if you do make a mistake and the auditor, inspector, investigator, or litigator comes in and says you're doing it wrong, you have a lot of good faith efforts to show that you did everything you could to find the correct information and obey the law. The rule of threes: check them 3 times before you believe them. Now, where are we going to go for the rule of threes? Well, of course, we're going to go to the government and we're going to say, government, how do you do it? But don't stop there, because you know what? Laws change. Court cases get decided all over the United States every day. And that court case that was just decided this morning might, in fact, impact greatly the way you do business this afternoon. So make sure that you don't stop at the government. Have a good, solid, professional resource to go to. There are a lot of them out there. Make sure that you are being advised by folks that know what they're talking about. Have a good solid desk reference too. Maybe a big thick legal book that's written in plain language. That would be helpful. If you had 3 sources that you could credibly point to and say, this is where I got my information, then you would be at a pretty good, safe place. Even if you're doing it wrong, you'll have a lot of good faith points built up to show that you were trying everything you knew to obey the law at all times. The last thing that I'll say here on the rule of threes is this. When you go to make sure you have 3 credible sources, make sure you can document those sources. So for instance, if your attorney tells you, do it this way, get it in writing. If your CPA tells you, do it that way, get it in writing. Because sometimes conversations are forgotten. And in the event that you need to prove you were advised by a credible source, you will also need to prove that that source advised you, right? So get it in writing. Remember this: documentation beats all conversation. Until next time, I'm Lisa Smith. Be audit secure.